Hey everyone, it's Holly with Flow by Holly. Today's class will be a nice, short, sweet 15-minute flow, just focusing on energizing the body, getting everything moving, and just starting off our day. So let's come into a child's pose to begin. Bring the knees wide to the edges of the mat. Let the chest drop between the thighs. And just melt everything into the mat here. Hips push back, finding that nice openness down the inner sides of the legs, the groin, right the way under the arms. Maybe just reaching the fingertips forward. And then just coming up straight away onto hands and knees. So knees are under the hips, shoulders are just in line with the wrists, and then just tucking the tail slightly. So finding that core engagement right away. From here, we're going to push into the mat, finding our cat pose, exhale. Inhale, chest comes forward, gaze goes high. And exhale again, pushing away, really finding that rounding, that doming of the spine. And again, inhale. One more round like this. Exhale. And this time as we inhale, let's just come to tuck the toes, bringing the knees to hover. So really pushing down through the hands. The core is engaged, taking that same cat-cow movement. So as we inhale, let's take the gaze high. And we exhale, we push the mat away. Just finding a little bit of heat and warmth here through the midsection, through the back, the shoulders, the quads, everywhere. And then let's push back to downward facing dog. Coming to our first down dog of the day. Maybe the first real stretch that you've had of the day as well. So just pedal through the feet, elongate the backs of the hamstrings, and then imagining like your arms are two little straws and we're sucking everything up. Okay, and finding that lovely little V, length from the crown of the head to the bottom of the tail, and then right the way down through the heels. Just figuring out if you need to have the knees a little bit bent here, that's absolutely fine. And then on an exhale, let's start to tiptoe the feet to the top of the mat. Just grasping the elbows, swaying side to side. Letting the head dangle. Just find that length down the backs of the legs, dropping into the practice. And then right away, let's come to a halfway lift. Length through the spine, the gaze is just over the front of the mat. Exhale, we fold, fingertips come to the floor. And as we inhale, sweeping the arms high overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Starting with the left leg, let's step back to a low lunge. Dropping the back knee, inhale. And then exhale, hands come to frame the front foot, stepping back to a high plank. Holding here and then dropping the knees if you need, otherwise coming right the way down to the mat. Baby cobra. So bringing the fingertips back in line with the rib cage. I just want you to press through those fingertips gently. And then extend the back, engage all those back muscles. And then let it go. One more round just like this. Inhale, push the mat away. And just hold. From here, tucking the back toes, coming through a high plank or on the knees, and then finding your downward facing dog right away. Let's just tiptoe again to the top of the mat, and then find that lovely little halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms high. Exhale, drop to the mat. This time, let's step the right foot back. Dropping that back knee. Inhale, arms go high. Low lunge. Exhale, hands plant to the mat. And simply step back to that high plank position again. This time moving through your chaturanga. So coming down about 2/3 of the way. Elbows hug in tight to the ribcage. The core is engaged. And then as we come over the tops of the feet, finding that upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, maybe setting a little intention for the practice, for your day, and just calming the breath down for a moment. As we center the left foot, let's lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. On an exhale, stepping forward, high lunge, keeping that back knee lifted, coming up into that high lunge position, hands come to heart center. And then we're twisting, left elbow straight away to the right knee. Maybe take the gaze behind you. And then bringing the hands back down, framing the front foot. Come back into that three-legged dog, extending the hip high. Downward facing dog. So just a little taste of what's to come. This time stepping the right foot to the center, left leg goes high. Exhale, stepping forward, keeping the back knee high, thighs engaged, hands come to heart center. And this time, twisting over, right elbow to the left outer knee. Gaze goes far behind us. Hold, and then simply release, stepping back. This time, high plank, moving through your chaturanga. Low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right away we add on, so center the left foot, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. As we exhale, we step forward. And this time coming warrior one. Inhale, blade edge of the back foot is grounded. Front knee is just over the ankle. And then the gaze is high. Maybe bring the hands to touch. And then from here, we're going to shoot back to a little arrowhead. So extending the arms behind us long. And then inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arrowhead, building some fire and heat through the shoulders, warming up for your day. Inhale. And again, arrowhead, exhale. This time, binding the hands behind us, create that little fist, and then dropping that right shoulder inside of the right knee. Beautiful, humble warrior here. Staying with this, guys. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. As we come up, let's swivel the back heel off the mat, staying in that high lunge, feeling the wobbles, and then bring that left hand down to the mat. Right arm opens. Beautiful little open twist. As we inhale, we hold. And as we exhale, let's extend the right arm back behind us, taking 3 little warm circles through the shoulder. Well done. Last one. And then from here, walk the left fingertips forward just an inch. Swivel all 10 toes over to the right. Twisted Skandasana. It's a lovely little release down the side of the body and the outer hip. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Arm comes back overhead. Staying here if you like, otherwise moving that right leg back on top of the left side plank. Just staying with this sort of heated, energizing flow. A beautiful start to your day. Just feeling the warmth already. Bringing that right hand back down to the mat. Taking your chaturanga 2/3 of the way down. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Well done. This time we're going to center the right foot. Left leg goes high to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, stepping forward. Grounding through that back foot. Warrior one. Inhale. Sit low. Find that openness down that right hip flexor. And then extend through the side body, maybe bringing the fingertips to touch. Everyone go a little bit lower. And on the exhale, let's come forward to that arrowhead position. Beautiful. So we're really retracting the shoulder blades. Finding that openness and expansion through the chest. Inhale. But staying really low and grounded through the feet. Okay, so always trying to find a little bit of calmness in these sort of more challenging postures, using the breath. Inhale, exhale. This time we're binding the hands behind us again. Punch the fist back to begin. And then on an exhale, humble warrior. So lift shoulders nestling into that left knee. And then just actively bring your attention to that left hip, guys. I want you to pull it back. Okay, so instead of splaying everything forward, can we pull, pull, pull? Trying to line those hips in to one little straight row. And then coming back up through center, lifting the back heel, swiveling the weight back forward to a high lunge position. And then the right hand comes to the mat, left arm goes high to the sky, finding that open twist to begin. Placing the left shoulder behind you, like it's scooping around the heart. And then gaze goes up and high. From here, let's bring the right fingertips forward slightly. Swivel all 10 toes to the right to that twisted Skandasana, just finding your alignment. If you need to drop the knee and sort of move the body, that's cool. And then just find that juicy, lovely stretch under the right side of the waist and the left outer hip. Full inhale and exhale. Left arm swivels back overhead, stepping that left foot back to meet the right, high side plank. Inhale. Exhale, both hands come down to the mat, moving through your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths of stillness here. Well done. Beautiful little, juicing up through the body, getting everything prepared for the day. Just we're going to start to inch by inch bring the feet forward, so tippy toe. Tip, 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 tip. And then coming down to sit on the glutes. Roll your way down onto the mat, really imprinting the whole spine into the floor here. Feet come to hip width distance apart. Let's take a little bridge pose just to counteract all of that. So maybe scooping one shoulder blade under and then the other. Finding that little bind with the hands again, if it's in your practice. And then pushing through the hips. Exhale. I'm going to take one round of wheel, if this is in your practice, otherwise moving through another bridge. So same setup, one shoulder blade comes under at a time. Feet remain equal at hip width distance. If you're coming into a wheel, the fingertips face forward to the shoulders and then press into the hands. Extending those hips high, pelvis is really pushing up and out of the body. Almost moving the weight back towards the fingers here. But thinking about even weight distribution through all 4 corners. The 2 hands, the 2 feet. Just staying in this a little longer than what might feel comfortable. And then exhale. Let's slowly bring everything back down to the mat. Crown, shoulders. Hugging the knees into chest. Give yourself a tight little squeeze. A little acknowledgement for just a lovely way to set up your day. A nice ritual. And sometimes just doing one positive, healthy, good thing in the morning is enough to just set us on a good track for the rest of the day. So closing down the eyes, and maybe with that, just thinking how you would like to flow into the rest of your day. Bringing the knees long, feet stretching long. Palms just up to the ceiling. Just letting the back body melt into the mat. Perhaps like the last moment for you today, really, that you're going to get by yourself, lying flat, thinking about your breath. So just enjoy it, soak it up, and congratulate yourself for arriving here this morning and starting your day on a great note. Just enjoying this final resting posture for a moment of Shavasana. Staying as long as you have time for today, otherwise rolling over to the left and coming up into a comfortable seat. So just keeping the gaze down here, staying in, maybe coming to cross-legged or whatever's comfortable for you. A nice little sacred seat awaiting in the practice, hands at heart center. Namaste. Have a lovely day, guys. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.